everybody. I wanted to do some quick oracle card pulls for you guys, just for the energy of this weekend, for things you should be aware of for this weekend, maybe some traps you might fall into, or generally what we need to be holding on to, I think. I'm doing this very impromptu, so bear with me. Okay, let's start with this animal deck. As I'm shuffling any of these decks, take a few deep breaths for yourself to tune in to this energy, to the energy of the weekend, of all the things I just said, of what you need to be aware of, basically. Or what might be helping you, actually, as well. Okay. What is the energy for this weekend? What do we need to be aware of for this weekend? What do we need to be aware of for this weekend? What should we hold on to? What is it that's coming for us? What is the energy of this weekend? Give me a card for the collective. Collective energy for this weekend. What are the messages that we all need to hear for this weekend? Today and tomorrow, okay? 2 came out. Let's see. So we have bat. I don't know if this is backwards for you guys. It probably is. Anyway, this is the bat. And buffalo. So the bat is an air card. Buffalo is an earth card, which I like that kind of opposition feeling. Lean into the opposition. Let's see what the book says. Okay, bat. Here it is again. Darkness, letting go, death leading to rebirth. Before emerging, the bat waits for the sun to set and the moon to rise. In the darkness, it can see all that was invisible in the daylight hours. The bat is a master of the subtle senses, of the underlying forces that cause some things to prosper and others to fade. That also feels like that opposition energy. So there may be some opposites happening this weekend, or there might be a stark contrast with something in your life this weekend. That's okay. If it feels weird, if it feels uncomfortable, lean into it even more. The bat card shows up to signify the ending of a chapter, the closing of a door. The bat comes swiftly, encouraging us to move on. In just a few hours, a new day dawns, no more lingering in the past. When in balance, accepts, adapts, adjusts. When out of balance, refuses to let go, reminisces. To bring into balance, watch the sun rise. And I don't know about you guys, but I've even been feeling that energy of refusing to let go, of reminiscing a little bit too much. I mean, nostalgia is great, but at a certain point, it can harm you more than it can hurt you. So keep that in mind this weekend if you're thinking about the good old days or whatever that is for you. Remember that you can have the good old days right now. Right now can be the good time, you know? It's very, very easy to romanticize the past. It's very easy, you know? I've even had moments where something really annoying has happened, or a situation has been really annoying, or just stupid and I didn't like it, and then weeks or months or years later, I look back and I think, man, I really miss that. And it's like, no, I probably don't actually miss that, or I wouldn't want to go back to it. So just be aware of that. Okay, let's look at the buffalo. All right. Actually, before I read this, let's all take a moment together to do a big deep breath. So breathe in. Feel it permeate your entire body. body and hold it. And breathe out. Releasing any negativity, stagnancy, anything that's not serving you. And feel free to do that a couple more times if you need to. And now that we've grounded ourselves, let's look at the buffalo. Grounded yet heavenly, practical yet spiritual. The hooves of the mighty buffalo are grounded in the earth, yet its heart and mind rise toward heaven. The buffalo sees challenge, hardship, or a bump in the road as an opportunity for upliftment. Therefore, the buffalo does not fear death, illness, or misfortune. Its gentle eyes look to the road ahead, trusting every turn. May we all experience this elusive yet life-changing bliss from time to time, and may we allow this card to remind us that life is a precious gift. When in balance, trusting, pure presence. When out of balance, restless, lacks gratitude. To bring into balance, prayer or devotion. So it feels tied into this bat energy in terms of you may think that something was better in the past, or you may think that you don't have it very good right now, but it's a matter of changing your perspective, of saying, okay, maybe things aren't exactly how I want them to be, but this is an opportunity for me to grow, to try and accept the things that I can't change, to see things in a more positive light. Yeah. I think I want to do an astrology card for y'all as well, just in case neither of these cards were for you, that's okay. Every message isn't going to be for everybody. Let's see if there's anything else that wants to come out for us. All right, and take a few more deep breaths while I'm shuffling these cards. All right, let's tune into this collective energy for this weekend. What is going on this weekend? What should we be aware of? What are we reaching for? What's reaching for us? What is the collective energy? What are the messages that we all need to hear for this weekend? What do we all need to hear for this weekend? Oh, 2 came out for this one as well. Okay. Let's look at what we got. Okay, so first you have the 5th house of creativity and the 8th house of endings and beginnings. You've got to be freaking kidding me with this bat card, death and rebirth, endings and beginnings, and look, this is a death card in itself. Okay, so there's definitely something that we all collectively need to let go of. Accept the ending, accept that things are in the past, and whatever is happening right now is meant to happen. Okay, so let's look at this 5th house first, number 29. It's also interesting that we got 2 house cards, because there's a lot of different types of cards in this deck. Like, oh, wow, okay, I cut the deck randomly and another house card came up. I don't know what that means. But, this is Grand Cross, there's all the zodiac signs. So, something about that is significant. Who knows? Alright, this says, every child is an artist. The problem is staying an artist when you grow up. And just that quote feels very tied to the nostalgia or the reminiscing, the romanticizing of the past. You don't have to romanticize the past because you can have that energy now. You know what I mean? Be happy. Give yourself the gift of happiness. If the zodiac had a fun house, it would be the 5th house. Pleasure, creativity, and children are all elements of this house. Let's see, what else? These are kind of long, so I'm going to skip through and see what feels resonant for us right now. As children, our imaginations know no bounds, and we indulge in creative performances. When as adults we dip into this field, we allow our minds and hearts to roam free and produce masterpieces. When the fifth house brings romance, we also enter into a kind of playfulness, a sensual joy that happens inside the playground of adulthood. This card turning up in a reading indicates that you have created or will begin to create something to be proud of, something that will bring others joy. It may have you on a stage or just an arena where adults can let down their hair and become as children, responsive, joyful, and free. You can expect the completion of a project or the accomplishment of a significant goal for which there will be a celebration. You have put hard work into a project and will now see the results. What else? The fifth house is also strongly tied to artistic expression, meaning art of every kind, from painting to drawing to creating stage sets, costuming, writing stage and screenplays, making films, as well as music. The fifth house card is all about finding joy in creativity and self-expression with promise of a jubilant return to childhood. It can denote a carnival-like atmosphere where life becomes a three-ring circus, but usually in the best way possible. It is all about multitasking, taking on more than is expected, and then making a spectacular success of it. This is the card of mastery and victory in a deep way, such as that which you already carry inside your heart. All is possible now. The most important thing is to move forward. You guys, quit dwelling on the past. It's not serving you anymore, because what you have right now is what you need. Everything that is happening to you right now, everything that you're feeling right now is necessary. So look at it that way. Corresponding tarot card is Six of Cups. You guys, that's the nostalgia card. And it definitely feels like it's here to remind you of those good times, but then to pull you back here, to pull you back into the present. Yeah, wow. I feel like these are very specific messages. I hope that you're getting something out of this video. All right, now let's look at the 8th house of endings and beginnings, number 32. I skipped it. Okay. From my rotting body, flowers shall grow, and I am in them, and that is eternity. What a beautiful quote. Let the flowers grow from the rotting pile of death. And I know that sounds really harsh and almost a little bit gruesome, but let it happen. Okay, this is where it all goes dark and becomes mysterious. In astrology, the 8th house represents the long dark night before light comes, where a new dawn is on its way, but you need to grapple with the darkness and the unknown a while longer. Traditionally, the 8th house is about sex, death, psychic powers, control, and material things, such as money and inheritance, that which belongs to other people, but such things you will end up owning, or at least partly. It also represents the time of year when Halloween or Samhain takes place, which we just had, and involves all dark gothic things associated with it. You guys, I feel like all these cards that are coming out are encouraging you to lean into the things that are maybe making you feel not so good right now, to change your perspective around them and find the lessons, find the light, find the joy in those things. What else? When the 8th house card turns up in a spread, the meaning is clear. You are in a period of great transformation. Your matter in question may seem like a life or death issue. This is not a time of superficialities. You may be evaluating your life's choices, and the need for change is great. Something that has been in your life for a long time crumbles like a tower. It must be built back up, but in a different way. The theme around this particular reading is pretty clear to me, but don't dwell on the things of the past, on your glory days. I hate the idea that things get worse as you get older. Because it's just a mindset. If you change that, then your physical world, your physical life will change accordingly. It's all about the things you tell yourself in your head. A certain change must be completed before you can move ahead. This adjustment may feel uncomfortable or will not be an easy one. What did I say about the opposition or whatever that is, the contrast in your life right now? Lean into it, because that's where things get like juicy and you get a lot of feedback, essentially. Let's see what else wants to be read. Actually, I don't think I need to read any more of this one. I think we got the message. I hope I do actually. I lied. I want to see what the corresponding tarot card is. Oh, I skipped it again. Okay. Corresponding tarot card is 9 of Swords. And that's a lot about anxiety or what keeps you awake at night. So if there's something that's keeping you up, or if there's something that's just nagging at you, look at it. Give it the time of day. Give it love, honestly. If you do have these things coming up that make you feel uncomfortable, really take a moment to focus on them and even meditate on them and tell them that you love them. Tell yourself that it's okay to feel these things. Like, let yourself scream and cry if you need to, and then let it go. It's not gonna leave until you allow yourself to feel it. That was some heavy stuff in a short period of time, so once you're done watching this video, drink a glass of water, take a moment to fill your body with healing energy and light, whatever color light resonates with you the most. Sometimes I like to see purple going from the base of my skull all the way down my spine to my pelvis, and that really helps me cleanse and return to myself. So if you feel the need to do anything like that after this video, please do take a few minutes. Give yourself the time. I hope you guys got some useful, helpful messages from this, and I will see you later.